So I was just making a quick video of the Regulator rectifier on the Daytona 2008 675. So the new one came with a new bracket. I took the little screw clips off the old bracket because you can see that they do not line up. This one's smaller holes. There's the old one that I called on, and they said that it's been changed before, but it definitely wasn't, because that's one of the old style ones. That's the new style one. There's the new bracket. Of course, the new bracket only had one bolt holding it up in there. I'm going to have to find another bolt. I hope one of my dirt bike bolts will probably be the same thread. I took this out of the way so you can get your hand in there on the exhaust side. I just figured I'd make a quick video because no one really made a good video on how to take this out. I seen one guy just rigged it up, only put one screw in the old bracket. So you pretty much just take your plastics off. Well, actually, you don't even have to take your plastics off for this job. I took them off for the radiator issue. You just lift your gas tank up. The plugs are pretty easy to get to. That's self-explanatory. But really, I just wanted to show the new bracket is a different size, and it's going to end up mounting it sideways instead of up and down. We'll see how this goes. So I actually got the bracket on properly. I actually got both bolts on up there. When I took it off, it only had the one towards me. It didn't have the one way in there. That one was a pain in the ass, and now I see why no one did that one before. But you actually have to like twist your hand up and like this, and then it's a nightmare. But I got the bracket in onto the regulator. So I came to the conclusion that you have the option to bolt it on the bracket before you install the bracket, and then you can get both bolts on the bracket. But then you won't get the both bolts bolted to the bike because you won't be able to reach that back one. There's no way you could fit your hand in there. I have no idea how you would get that bolt on, and that explains why it wasn't on before. So I ended up getting those two bolts on, and I wasn't able to get the bottom bolt. Just see if I can even show you it. That bottom bolt I could not get to because I have no idea how. You'd have to take the shock out of the way to even get to it. So I just tightened the hell out of that one, and I'll keep checking it every once in a while to see if it loosens up or not, but should be okay, hopefully. So here goes the true test. Battery's hooked back up. Regulator is in there. You can't even see though. I'm going to start the bike, and hopefully, just hopefully, it doesn't start draining instantly. I have to pull in the clutch, so hold on a second. And there you have it. So that was the issue, which I'm happy about. Oh, now I gotta figure out this exhaust leak there. Let's see if you can see it. I hit a bird, and I guess its beak went right through the radiator. But yeah, it was the regulator. So there is one problem solved. On to the next. Now I gotta rip the whole radiator off this frickin' bike. Bring it to a shop because they want $700 to do it. So now on to taking off the radiator. I just spent all the time to do a radiator flush not too long ago, like 2 weeks ago. And then I hit a bird, and it looks like the beak must have went right through the radiator. I can't see the hole, but there's obviously one there because it's been leaking. But I said to do it, but it's actually $700, $709 just for the radiator through Triumph. So I'm going to bring it to a shop, and hopefully they can fix it for $100 or so, because $700 is ridiculous. So the radiator is off. That wasn't really too bad. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was. It wasn't really... The regulator rectifier was actually more of a challenge than taking the radiator off. But yeah, there's like a... There it goes. That little gap where it's spread there is somehow where it's leaking. But yeah, so I'm gonna bring it to a radiator fix shop, and hopefully it'll be under $100 compared to $700 for a new radiator.